Be on time and keep your promises. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Hangovers don't count as sick. Dad's pearls of wisdom. Jim Reilly is the patriarch of the Reilly family, and he has many important things to all of us. My parents are Irish Catholic, and that's how I got to be here. They had 5 kids within 8 years, and they thought they were done. And 8 years later, I showed up. Diapers and work and everything all over again. This might not have been great news for some people, but Dad was thrilled the minute he heard that I was coming. One of my first memories from when I was little was I liked to watch the Flintstones. And when it was over, I would cry because I didn't want Pebbles to end. My father would pick me up, and he would pick up the vase of flowers that we had in the living room and sing and dance with me because he just instinctively knew how to cheer me up and make it okay. Dad's glass was always half full. He always saw the good in situations and in people. He didn't need a lot to make him happy. And he had an ability to make you feel better too. You could walk into his home feeling like everything was falling apart. And after talking to Dad, you would leave with a smile on your face and a fresh perspective. Whatever it was that he said, and it was extremely genuine and sincere, he made you feel good about yourself and like everything would be okay. To some of you who go way back, you might remember Jim as the terror of Wade Street. And I know some of you do. You know the stories of some of Jim's antics, like skipping school so he could represent his family at the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York City, and other mischievous acts. He went to great lengths. We could spend all day on this, but we won't. He went to great lengths to ensure that there was a fun party with beer to be had. Climbing out of windows, whatever. He made sure that it happened. Chuck Wilkinson, John Ronan, Joe Serber, Bob Wellen, God rest his soul, George Kelly, and many, many others remember a very fun Jim Reilly, who was a very loyal friend. Do you know that he used to prank call his parents and relatives? As an adult, married with kids, he used to prank call his parents and relatives. His parents' phone number was very close to that of the train stations. They used to get a lot of wrong numbers, and it annoyed my grandfather, Papa Reilly, but Dad used that to his advantage. Maura remembers this. He would call, and he would say, hello? I think I left my hat on the train. And Papa would say, wrong number, and hang up. He called his Aunt Gertrude at her apartment complex, and he pretended that he was with the fire department. He said they had just received a call that there was a fire there, and the problem was that they had just washed all of the fire trucks, and they were nice and clean. They didn't want to get them dirty if they didn't have to. Would Gertrude mind looking out the window and giving her opinion as to how serious the fire was? Because if it was bad, in her opinion, they would certainly come out. That's fine. But if it wasn't, they'd really rather not get the clean trucks all dirty. Just let them know. Everyone here can attest to Jim's strength. I've never met a stronger man. Strength in character, love of family and friends, faith in God, and his strong-willed determination that got him through so much in his life. He fought for a very long time and through a lot of medical issues, but his mind remained sharp as a tack until the very end. Even during his roughest moments in his most recent hospital stay, he always said he was still saying rosary with me, no matter how tired or anything, he was still saying rosary. Not only was he strong, he was in good spirits. He always wanted to know how you were doing and what was new with you. He was a pleasure to be with. Till the end, his sense of humor and his ability to tell stories that made us laugh was firmly intact. His strength, humor, and faith will forever be an inspiration to all of us. He was our moral compass, and we carry that inside of us now. We each had our own unique and special relationship with Dad and Grandpa. His sons and daughters-in-laws were very close with him. You were his sons and daughters. Many people here can relate in feeling that Jim Reilly was their best friend. It's hard to put into words how and why someone is your best friend, but I'm going to try. Just last week in the hospital, Dad and I discussed how we could communicate just without words, just by looking at each other. We understood each other and we knew what the other was thinking. What a gift. How special is that to have that kind of a relationship and love with your father? That's a gift. Growing up on Saturday mornings, every Saturday morning, he gave Mom a break. Dad and I would go to 1210 Mass at the Assumption in Bridgeport, and we would say the rosary on the way to Mass. After Mass, we would visit Nana and Papa Reilly. If it was raining, Dad would hold me over his head to just be his umbrella. If it was cold, when we got to Reed Street, we would sit on the radiators to warm up. After the visit, we would go to the Three Corners for hot roast beef, and Dad would order my Coke from John the bartender with 2 cherries in it. And for the rest of my life, he ordered my Coke with 2 cherries in it. We'd stop at the Fairchild Wheeler golf course on the way home for vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup, which I would invariably spill on my dress every week and spill it back. It was okay. We would sing songs the whole way home, songs I guess he learned in the Navy, like Sixpence and A Capital Ship for an Ocean Trip. We would take the back roads home and sing songs the whole way. And over in Easton, there was this property with horses, and we'd pull over every week and get out, and he'd lift me up onto the stone wall and call it my favorite horse. Here, big white horsey, come here, big white horsey. And that horse would come, and we would feed it grass or some sugar cubes that we had brought, because Jim Reilly knew what was important. My dad taught me how to swim, and he taught me how to ride a bike. But more importantly, he taught me by example his faith and friendship, and to enjoy the little things. I enjoyed our countless walks and we would buy donuts for my kids when they were little. And I enjoyed our trips to the beach. I enjoyed spending time with him. It didn't matter what we did. I just enjoyed spending time with him. His sense of humor and his strength in every situation will always be my rock. I told him recently, you must be very proud. You are a wonderful son and husband and father and grandfather and great-grandfather and friend. And he replied, I have a good family. It's been a good run. I'll salute Dad.